Oh my goodness. It's December 27th. It's the last Friday of the year. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing the stage today with so many amazing humans that I have met, some in the last couple of months, and some I'm meeting for the first time today. So, with that said, I want to welcome you to Jumpstart 2025 with joy and creating global impact. I want to invite you guys to, as you connect, just make comments where you're connecting from. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask any questions in the comment section, and we'll get to the questions at some point. With that said, we want to acknowledge our accomplishments of 2024. 2024 has been a year for me that's been a roller coaster up and down. Last 14 days I've been MIA from LinkedIn, YouTube, and everywhere because I've been healing my left shoulder. So this is like me coming back into being able to connect with all of you. um, it's time to jumpstart 2025, and what better way to do it with joy than with big joy? This is a jam-packed hour, and it's gonna fly. Time's gonna go so quickly. So, couple of logistics. We're streaming on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Please type in the chat once again where you're connecting from. Um, there's going to be around 12 very diverse authors joining me and Fif, my co-host, from first-time writers to award-winning and best-selling authors, and they'll share a little bit about their book and why their book is gonna create an impact in your life, right? So we created a link that has all these contacts. It's already in either in the description of the event or is in the comment section of the event, so you can actually access them at any point. And it has all the authors. It has the key information from them and how to reach out to them. Um, I sincerely hope you're all going to be inspired by the people that are going to step into the stage today. I am blown away by the stories of these people. And my co host, among all, is the most amazing human being I have met in the last, I would say, probably 3 or 4 months, right? So I can't wait for you to get to meet her. I'm going to bring her soon upstage. But in the meantime, I want to make sure that you realize that today marks a very important day for my co host. You will love her as much as I do. I know you will, and you will laugh, and she will make you laugh. Before I bring this amazing human upstage, I want to quickly introduce myself. So, I am Brenda Lisa Costa. For those who don't know me, I'm known as the master of ending burnout now because, as someone that actually worked over 24 years in the corporate world, while and at the same time build my business, I watch it destroy people's life. I watch how burnout not only destroyed my life but destroyed many of my coworkers' life. So, and basically crushed their dreams. So I've become very passionate about the topic of burnout, and I really enjoy helping people overcome burnout once and for all. So I am thrilled to introduce to you my special co-host. And I'm going to bring her up stage, and I'm actually going to read a couple of things about her so I don't forget anything critical. But I'm going to bring her up stage. And as I bring her here she is. I'm so excited. Um, she is basically the author of the book, The Joy of Living Lightly: Simple Secrets to Rediscover the Magic in Everyday Life with less stress, sorry, and more love. And this is kind of why we're here today. We want to celebrate her, we want to celebrate her launch, and we want to also celebrate other 12 authors that have done amazing books through this year. Um, You'll find a link in the comments to grab the ebook for just 99 cents or order the paperback. So the link is in the comment in LinkedIn, and in YouTube is actually in the description. Fifth is an award-winning director, producer, author, and trailblazing medical clown. For over 30 years, I should have asked you to bring the red nose. I'm just kidding. For over 30 years, she's traveled the globe transforming lives with her unique blend of joy, playfulness, and wisdom. Having overcome significant personal challenges, she's now sharing her heartfelt insights in this remarkable book. This isn't just another self help book or guide, it's a playful, powerful tool for embracing humor, managing stress, and rediscovering the magic in everyday's life. Please join me as we welcome the incredible Fifth and as we get inspired and uplifted from her stories. Fifth, come on, unmute yourself. Or let me see if, okay,
You can do
good.
it.
I'm
Thank
so
you. Thank you so much, Brenda Lees. What a great intro. And thank you, everyone out there who has come to join us.
We have a whole bunch of people. We have Linda saying good morning. We have
Hi.
Diana saying good morning. Linda is from Reno, Nevada. We also have Christy. Hello from Florida, very close to me. I'm grateful you're here, Christy. We have Diana from, yes, she's saying it's a roller coaster. And then
Oh, yes,
Will
from the
from
UK.
UK, and he's also going to be presenting his book. Jill from Fox Island, Washington, and she's presenting her book too. We have April from Florida, Mary Sue from Texas, Diana. Um, oh my God, it keeps pouring. We have Andrea Siri Prem
Oh, from Germany. Wonderful.
from Germany. We have uh, and then, yeah, we have Linda who's going to be presenting the book. Yes, we're so grateful. We have so many wonderful people connected. It's amazing. Um, and here we go. So, Fifth, tell us
Yes.
a little bit about you and why this day is so important about you. Like for you, sorry.
Well, about me, I think what has happened over the years, there's been so much joy, but that joy has come out of a lot of trauma. I don't really talk about the trauma in the book, but I have been, and are you ready for this? 18 car accidents, one of them fatal. I've been assaulted, sexually assaulted. I've had so many deaths and whatnot. That has informed my life, but that has also given me the fuel to create a living in joy and laughter. I have been, and I am a medical clown. People go, "What is a medical clown?" It's someone who works with people in a hospital environment or in seniors' homes. I've also worked with my husband, with the Army, the Navy, and with prisoners. So it's all about bringing joy because we can go down that vortex. But how do we come up? And how do we live a life that's joyful and we share it with others? So, this book actually came out of people saying to me, "You need to write a book. You need to write a book." And finally, I wrote a book. It is launching today. And I think it's fantastic because as I look over this past year, as many of you may look at, we can reflect about this roller coaster. What has been those hard times? And how have we been able to reframe that so we can jumpstart and launch, right? So, do you want me to talk a little bit about what's in the book, Brenda Lees?
Go ahead, be my guest. What do you want to share with the audience here today?
I want to share that in the book there are strategies. At the end of every chapter, we have 5 different strategies from normal things like writing in your journal to other things like belly dancing on your bed, whether you're male or female, right? Creating a collage, writing music, shouting at the top of your lungs. And sometimes it's just curling up with that mug of hot chocolate and taking a sip. It's about presencing yourself. There's all of these things. And I don't know if you can see this, but there are some wonderful illustrations. This is one of my favorites. It's actually me belly dancing on my bed, right?
So, everybody, We expect pictures in the comment section by New Year's Day about everybody belly dancing in your bed. I'm just kidding. Whoever wants to share, we're welcome to. We would love to see you, but you don't have to.
But it's wonderful to share that joy. Or when was the last time you put your gum boots on and had your umbrella and went puddle hopping, right? Sometimes we get so serious with life that it drags us under. Brenda Lees, if you can imagine, my husband and I were doing a program with the Army, and we actually had men with the military, we actually had men who hugged themselves and said, and I invite everyone to do this right now. We can't see you, but you can do it yourself.
Okay, I will try with my shoulders.
Ah, there you go. And you just say, I love me. Yeah,
I love
love
me.
me.
It does feel good.
It
So
does.
I invite everybody who is watching this video live or even the recording, just make a comment. How did that hug for to yourself felt? And share with us. We would love to hear. Go on, Fif.
Thank you, Brenda Lees. And I think in the book, there are strategies, simple secrets, because we've forgotten them. There's wonderful quotes that talk, like Einstein said, that imagination is more important than knowledge. We need to play. And how often do we actually play? We put play down. When my niece was 3 years old, I remember phoning and saying I was living in India. I live part-time in India and I live part-time in Canada. And I was so excited to speak to her. And it's like, Maya, Maya,
Oh, you're mute. Hold on, hold on. Don't go. Okay, there you go.
thank you. She came running and she says, Auntie Fifth, I don't have time to talk. I'm too busy playing. And I thought, ah, that is the work of a child. And when you think of adults who have played, Steve Jobs,
Mhm.
the people who run Lego, Google, Harvard now even has a course in happiness, or it's had it for a few years now, right? So our whole psychology is shifting into what can we do to relieve stress, to relieve burnout? And how do we build resilience through humor, through play? How do we transform that stress into the spontaneous bubbling joy? And how do we redefine self care and make it beautiful and playful for ourselves? And how do we gift it to the people we love and even the people we don't quite love yet? And so, oh, thank you, Christy, for saying that. That hug felt good. Thank you. Yes. So, how do we share that with everyone? And this book is about that. So, it's a joyful book, but it's profound and it's serious at the same time. So, I invite you all to join me as we create joy around the world. One hug, one laugh, one smile at a time.
One belly dance at a time.
One belly dance at a time. So from my heart to yours and all of yours, thank
Oh
you.
my goodness.
And I'm so thrilled to have these incredible authors with us. Every single one of them has inspired me so much.
So even though today is your big launch day of the book, you wanted to share this space today with other people that have been part of your life during the last years or so. And they also wrote books in 2024. I was going to say 2025, 2024. So um, tell us a little bit more about in general what we're going to experience here with the different people that are going to come up stage, and like why this is so, sharing this space with them is so important for you.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. For me, it takes a village. We've heard that phrase, it takes a village to raise a child. For me, it takes a village to write a book because you've got the people, in my case, that I've worked with over the years. We've got people who are editors, proofers, people who inspire me, like Brenda Lee's DJ, Hamish, Lana, my close core, and the other 12 people that are here. They've inspired me. Their stories inspire me. So for me, I live in an intentional community called Oroville in India, and as well as on the West Coast. But one of the things is the woman who started this place, affectionately known as the mother, believed that there needed to be one place on earth that belonged to everyone and yet belonged to no one. So it was a place of human unity. How do we come together to create that peace? And so I guess as we leave 2024 and that baggage, we also bring with us some wonderful things about human unity where we reach out to each other, we join hands. It's not about competition, it's really about moving together. And that's for me love, it's joy, it's peace, it's all of that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Are we ready to bring them up stage one at a time?
Yes, yes. And I'm not sure, is Cindy with us right now?
No, it's not. So I think the next one in is basically, let me
Before
see,
that, I just
Gail.
yeah, Diana or Gail?
Gail.
Okay. So what we have is I didn't answer your question. You asked me
Oh,
about these authors and
oh
who they
yes.
are.
So,
We have ranged from people who are just launching their book now, and we'll get to that. And it's a wide variety of topics to people who are bringing people together in the Middle East, to our person who's not here right now, Cindy, who is a best-selling author on Wall Street Journal and not Wall Street, yeah, Wall Street Journal and USA Today. So we've got this whole gamut of people, and so it's going to be a very exciting time. Thank you.
cool. So, are we ready for Gail?
Gail, yes.
Let me bring her
Gail
up.
has so inspired me. Gail, thank you so much. Gail is a parent and a pioneer in transforming in the transformative journey of being with people and grappling with substance abuse, their children. And whenever I hear Gail's story, what she has done and how she has brought people together so that parents can motivate their children to stop using drugs, which many of us I know have lost dear ones. So, Gail, I applaud the work that you're doing. Thank you so very much. And you've got an incredible book, Crafting Recovery: How to Motivate Your Teen, Young Adult to Overcome Substance Abuse. Thank you, Gail.
And
Tell
thank
us
you.
about tell us about your journey a little bit and what brought you here.
So, my journey was I had hopes and dreams for my children. And when they hit high school, they got involved in some mental health challenges and substance use. And I watched those dreams go up in smoke as their life took a totally different turn. And that sent me into that spiral, that negative spiral of I've got to fix this, I've got to make this happy. Why? And through my journey and my learning, I discovered the way to show them my love, to be focused on them, and yet to still create boundaries and expectations and pull from them their own motivation to transform their lives. And in doing that, I transformed my relationship with them, their journey into recovery and into managing their life challenges better. And I'm dedicated now to helping other families discover this.
Mhm.
So I wrote a book called Crafting Recovery, and it's part of the 3 steps to renewing your calm and your joy that's being disrupted by your children's struggles. So the 3 steps are: first is to craft recovery with your child using this loving, person-centered approach called CRAFT that is 3 times more effective than going it alone or attending a support group. And this, my book, Crafting Recovery, has all the tips to remind you about these skills
Mm.
so that you have a quick and easy guide. How do I do that? What does it tell me? What's an example? And tip number 2 is join together with someone who understands your unique challenges. And that's why I've created the Parent Inner Circle that connects other families to experienced parents and parent coaches like myself who know their journey and know how to help them navigate and find a path that was hidden to them before. And the third secret that I teach them is the fact that self-care is your secret weapon to motivate your child to embrace recovery. So my journey, I'm now dedicated to helping other parents. And my Crafting Recovery is my first book, and it helps you remember and use the skills that are foundational to success.
Beautiful, Gail. Thank you so much for what you are doing. It's so incredible.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Fif, I have learned so much from watching you and listening to you, and I love what you do, so thank you. And Brenda-Lise, thank you so much for your amazing professionalism and talent at bringing us together.
My
Thank you.
pleasure to be here with all of you and facilitate this and support everyone. I have fun doing this, you can tell. So, Fif, as we get ready for the next one, do you know who the next one is?
Is it Diana?
No, DJ.
Oh, DJ. Okay. So DJ is one of my cohorts. We meet every morning, and she has so totally inspired me. DJ has taken this incredible health challenges and matched that with her business acumen. When I say incredible health challenges, we're talking, I don't know how many back surgeries, but it's in the 2 digits. Yeah, phenomenal. And she's an amazing singer. So DJ, please tell us about your book, Thrive and Lead, Balancing Success and Fulfillment for Women Entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Fif. Thank you so much for that introduction. And thank you, Brenda-Lise, for having me, both of you. You both inspire me tremendously. My book, the name of it is Thrive and Lead, Balancing Success and Fulfillment for Women Entrepreneurs. And I wrote this book because of my health challenges. So I've survived over 23 different surgeries and 2 years of rehabilitation, where I was in a wheelchair for 8 weeks. And then I used a walker and a cane for about 2 years after that to be able to walk on my own. Through all the challenges of being a mom, then a single mom, and going through all of those challenges, I wanted to write a book about business because I then started my own business that would help and empower other women to do the same, to let them know that no matter what's going on, you can empower yourself and you can do it. You can rise above. You can learn to get healthy. You can learn to lose weight. You can learn to be a businesswoman. You can learn to do whatever you want. And I have put inside my book the 5 main strategies for business, success, and life because they're intertwinable. And that's what I wanted to bring to women of the world. And if it's okay, I would like to read a blurb that I wrote at the beginning of my book. Is that okay? I've written, to all the beautiful women across the globe who have ever doubted their worth or questioned their ability to be amazing, strong, confident, healthy, and wealthy business entrepreneurs, this book is for you. You possess more strength and power in yourself than you can possibly imagine. May this work inspire you. May your hopes and dreams be realized, and may you transform them into your ultimate reality. Stand tall, forge ahead, and never forget that you are enough.
Beautiful, DJ.
Ooh,
Thank you
I
so
got chills.
very much. I've ordered your book. I'm looking forward to diving into it. And now I want to introduce, that is a perfect launch into our next guest, someone who has had incredible experiences, and that is Diana. Am I correct? Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Diana has also just so inspired me. She has been adopted and as a biracial child. And she always wanted to find her biological parents. So after teaching in China, she found that information was so important and it gave you that power to seek. And so she used that information and became an academic librarian. And there's so much that's there. It's packed. But Diana, I'm going to let you talk about that DNA and how your book, Family Secrets Relieved, revealed the essential guide. I'm going to let you launch into that. And your book is coming up soon. Yeah. So dive in, let us know.
Thank you, Fif and Brenda Lees. I would just ask, family secrets, do you have them? Do you keep them? Are you one? Put that in the chat if you have a secret or know a family secret. I'm Diana Inch. I am a former family secret because, yes, I was adopted as an infant and had always wanted to find my biological family. And I searched and searched, and both through traditional means and with DNA, have been able to connect with my paternal and maternal sides. And with this day of DNA matching, my book, Family Secrets Revealed, will help people navigate those new relationships that you might have when you discover a half brother that you didn't know about, or a half sister, or that your mother has been keeping a family secret heavy in her heart. How can you open up the conversation and make it okay to expand your family? And that's what I love Fif's idea, that of expanding the world with joy and love. And that is my book, is to help people navigate those tough relationships and that reunion roller coaster we talk about as an adoptees when we go ahead and search and find. And what happens if your parent has passed away, or what happens if they still want to keep you a secret? My book will help you navigate all of those things, because over 25 million people have done DNA matching, and that has helped us unravel these secrets and make those connections, whether you're an international adoptee, one of the 200,000 out of Korea, or if you're one of the orphans from Africa. A lot of DNA results have revealed some secrets that the adoption agencies have wanted to keep secret. And how do we navigate that? That's what I'm helping us to investigate and expand that sense of family, because we are family. Thank you, Fif.
Diana, thank you so much. And you're so right. We are a family. And there are roller coasters, and Family Secrets Revealed is about adoptees, but it can be applied to other people as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
And Brenda Lees, I think now, do we have someone called Hamish Boyd?
Yeah, I wonder who he is. And what he represents in your life.
So Hamish Boyd is also one of my cohorts that we've been getting together and part of this organizing team. And I have to admit, there's a little bit of nepotism here because he happens to be my partner, my life partner, and my husband. So we've been together for 38 years. And I am a little biased, but he is an award-winning actor, writer, and a musician. And he's got this one-person show called My Autopsy that he has toured around the world. Hamish, you have actually done autopsies. You've done mystical things in the East and in the West.
You're mute. Hold on. You muted yourself. Okay, there we go. Continue.
Can you tell us briefly about my autopsy?
You're muted, Hamish.
It runs in the family.
It's not letting me unmute you.
I'll run over and get them. This secret is out.
So this is what happens in a live event. And the beauty is now we get them into different places.
Okay, now I
There
need
you
to
go.
the small screen
Why?
so I can read my notes.
Oh.
It's
just
not
speak.
called cheating.
Just speak.
Okay. So my autopsy. It happened in the summer of 1976. I went up to Yellowknife to be a nursing orderly in a hospital up there. They had lots of nurses. So I was asked by the doctor to go into the morgue. And this man taught me how to do autopsies. This is key to my life story because my life is one of self-reflection, self-examination. And when I started to write my autopsy as a solo performance piece, I came alive in a way I had never done before because I was reliving my life, re-examining my life, and having my own epiphanies and eurekas that were both painful and joyful. It's raw. My autopsy, the book now, includes so many more details and so much more rawness that I had to step back from it as I was writing it because it became a little overwhelming. But the overwhelm has brought me into a new area of my life in which I know I can do this book and make money from it and help people. Mostly it's because I want to give my gift in book form. I've done it on the stage. I continue to do it on the stage, but in book form, people have time to read, put the book down, see how it matches their own life or does not match their own life, and brings them to their own epiphanies. That's my dream within this paradigm, is to be able to offer my book, offer my life story, so people can see themselves in that story as well. Thank you.
Beautiful, Haim. And I think also when people, I've been around with you, obviously, the world, when people have seen your story, it touches deeply, something very deep, and it inspires them also to write or to share their stories. So thank you so much for coming on with us. And I think, Brenda Lees, I think this is one of the things is we want to inspire all of you listeners out there to tell your story. Your story is your unique thing, and the world needs to hear it. So it's not a little deep secret, it needs to go out. So thank you so much, Hamish, for bringing that up. Okay. Over to you, Brenda Lees.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, so I just want to take a quick moment and acknowledge everybody that has been making comments. I see that there's a lot of people making comments. I appreciate so much your support. At the same time, I want to remind that we have the list of the authors with their books and how to reach them. It's in the comment section of the LinkedIn event. And at the same time, it's in the YouTube description. I will add it into Facebook later on, but it's all there. So I want to invite you to explore the PDF and, connect with some of these amazing authors. While you're if you are in my YouTube, I would invite you to subscribe to the Breathing Lab. What better way to expand my network? So there you go. Public service announcement for myself. But with that said, we have the next guest, Fif, which is Dr. Jill.
Dr. Jill. I am so honored to be with Dr. Jill. She has personally helped me and has helped thousands. Dr. Jill is a Harvard, Stanford trained physician and had to stop her practice after 32 years because of cancer. She is a thriver. And not only does she thrive for herself, she embraces and thrives everyone else as well. She is an award winning author and a coach, a mindset coach. So, whatever life throws at you, you can beat it, including stage 4 cancer. So, take it away, Dr. Jill.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. My story is that I was chugging along. I was doing lots of things that I loved and way too many things that I didn't love as much. But I was under a lot of stress. I had a busy practice. I was taking care of my parents and losing them from across the country. I was taking care of my husband with Alzheimer's disease, raising a teenager, foot surgery. And eventually all of the stress bit me in the ass when I found a breast lump. And needless to say, that changed my life pretty fast. And eventually I ended up having to take a disability retirement, and I trained as a coach. And what I've done has evolved over the years, but mostly I'm working with women professionals and entrepreneurs who are dealing with stress and overwhelm, and in particular, cancer, because stress plays such a huge role in the development of cancer. And if you didn't, and if you thought you had stress before, you should try it after that diagnosis. Because the words "you have cancer" stop you in your tracks and change everything in an instant. Your life is never the same. Your family's life is never the same. Everyone is different, but what all cancer patients experience is fear. Fear of dying, fear of pain and suffering, fear of recurrence, fear of what it might mean for their family, you name it. But I'm here to tell you that you can thrive regardless of your cancer status, even if you have metastatic disease. Cancer robs us of so much, but it doesn't have to mean that you can't enjoy your life without fear and all the other negative emotions that cancer brings. So my book, most books for cancer patients deal with the logistics during treatment, the treatments themselves, scans, nutritional advice and diets, keeping track of appointments, etc. These are crucial, but they're only part of the story. They totally ignore the emotional aftermath that persists for years after a cancer diagnosis. Thriving beyond cancer is different. Healing the emotional wounds that cancer inflicts and navigating your new normal and thriving no matter what life throws at you. Whether you have cancer that is thought to be cured, or whether you have terminal cancer, you deserve to have a joyful and fulfilling life, and that is what my book helps you do.
Cancer has touched so many of us. And Denise, are we able to? Okay, thank you.
That was my parrot. Sorry. She wanted to say hi.
I was wondering what that was.
She's screaming, hi, hi, hi.
I don't know if your parrot is a fan or not.
No, I was saying cancer has touched so many of us. And this is exactly why I became a medical clown. My aunt, who was like the most dearest person in my entire life, who was a physician, ended up with pancreatic cancer, and it totally destroyed me. And after that, I dedicated my life and to doing the work I do as a paid medical clown in all sorts of units and wards, and especially in oncology and emergency. So thank you so much. And I think we've lost our Brenda. Oh, there she is. Okay. So thank you so much for taking your time to be with us. We just appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for
And
having me.
most
So,
welcome.
so it's funny because I just stood up to close the door, so the noise will go a little bit down. But as I was closing the door, she was laughing like I do. She imitates me all along. So she was like like laughing exactly how I do. So you can imagine. Anyway, um,
Well, that
I
is the
want to.
joy of living
I
lightly,
know.
is to have the animals imitate you.
And exactly like this exact laugh she was doing. Anyway, so we're a little bit up more than halfway through, and I want to invite anybody who is joining now and listening to this for the first time. I want to just give you a really quick synopsis of what we're doing here. We are here gathered today celebrating Fif's book launch, and at the same time celebrating an additional almost 12 authors that have let me just, there you go. You can show it again, Fifth. The joy of living lightly. And we're also celebrating other amazing authors that have been part of our life journey. And we want them to share with you what they're working on and what their amazing books, how their amazing books can impact your life. Okay, so with that said, we're ready for the next one. Oh my God, I lost my
Lana.
tracker. But
Is it Lana? Lana?
yeah, Lana. Yes. Let's do Lana. Okay, there we go.
Ah,
I
Lana is also one of our core team here. Lana is a complete manifester. As a matter of fact, she doesn't manifest just for herself, but she manifests for others as well. She is in the upcoming movie. It's actually already released, and it's called The Secret. Oh my gosh, what is it, Lana? The
the
Secret.
science of getting rich.
The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles' book. And actually, it was Bob Proctor's last film, was it not? Yeah,
Before he died, yes.
yeah, before he died. Absolutely. Lana has manifested so many things, and I will let Lana talk about that. But before that, when I was very, very ill at a conference, Lana came up to my room. I'd only met her for one day, and she did her magic on me, and I got better almost instantly. Over to you, Lana.
Thank you, Fif. So I also am writing a book, Serenity, the toolbox to help overcome anxiety. And I suffered from PTSD. Here's my first book that tells the story of almost being killed. And I want everybody to be able to manifest more in their life. I mean, based on the teachings of Waddle, you'll find everybody has the right to abundance and the right to be rich. And manifesting and mindset and overcoming anxiety are the keys to being able to manifest the life of your dreams.
What are some of the things that you have manifested?
I manifested a house on the beach. I manifested the love of my life. I checked things off my bucket list, like rafting through the Grand Canyon, hiking to Machu Picchu, swimming with the turtles in the Galapagos. And that's just a start of the things that I've been able to manifest.
I also think that good weather follows you.
Good weather definitely follows me. There seems to be this halo of blue sky just above me, and then I go inside and it'll rain. And then I go outside and it's this halo of no rain, but there's rain all around me. That happens a lot. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Lana. We want to have you there when we don't want rain, but we also want you there when we do want rain. So thank you so much for taking the time to come and
Thanks
be
for
with
having
us.
me and sharing everything. And again, everybody needs joy. Fifth book is tied to, again, how to raise your vibration to be able to manifest.
Thank you.
Beautiful
Thank
way
you
to
so
put
much,
it. Yes.
Lana. Yeah.
Okay, and we have Ms. Linda.
Linda. Linda is an author, a healer, an incredible woman, and she empowers women over the age of 40 to heal their relationships as she has, and to have an epic, and I mean epic, love story, an epic love life. I think that's really exciting. And tell us more about your book, More Money, Love, and Big Dreams, 5 Secrets.
You're mute.
You're on mute.
Yes, thank you. Hi, I'll start again. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Yeah, well, I'm going to start off with a question. How many of you have, and let me know in the chat, how many of you have been excited to use the law of attraction to manifest money and to find true love, only to be disappointed, or to actually get the opposite of what it was that you wanted? Let me see some love in the chat over there. So it's not your fault. The law of attraction does work. It just works so well that it also brings you what you don't want. I wrote this book, More Money, Love, and Big Dreams, the 5 secrets for women over 40 to achieve it all. Because my book, it has the 5 steps that I've helped hundreds of women to overcome their overwhelm and who have felt unfulfilled in their lives, in their marriages, in their relationships. It's more than inspiration. It's really a step-by-step guide. I've packed it with powerful tools from NLP, from my journey as an energy healer, and it also gives actionable strategies to actually break free from the self-doubt and to actually help you heal your relationships, because you heal your relationships from the inside out. It's not about the blame, shame game anymore. We have to take responsibility and transform inside, and then everything starts really clicking on the outside. So really excited to get this out into the world and to help with women, other women just like me, to create epic love because they so deserve it. So if you're ready to stop dreaming and you want to start living your life and see overflowing love and success and fulfillment, my formula is definitely the thing for you. So use it as a roadmap. Grab a copy of my book, grab Fif's book, grab all the books here today, and let's really start transforming your life in 2025.
Thank you, Linda. Linda, do you have your book with you?
I do. Oh, right side up.
I love that. That's just sort of, I'm here. I'm sexy. I'm me.
This is me when I broke free. This is when I finally made a decision. I needed to get out of the controlling narcissistic marriage that I was in and live my true authentic life.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Ooh, we said that at the same time. We must be twins. Linda, thank you so much for being here with us right now. And this is the perfect lead into Mary Sue. And hi, Mary Sue. And Mary.
Hi, I want to thank both of you ladies for putting this together and your whole group. I really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, completely our pleasure. And let me just introduce Mary Sue. Mary Sue has been an educator and a counselor, and she's been doing energy healing, and she's now an author, and she has this transformative experience. And that transformative experience uses a method which she'll talk about called Ho'oponopono. I've used it in my life, and it is amazing. She'll tell you a little bit about her story about being in a toxic relationship and how she was able to use forgiveness to help herself and those around her. So she's now dedicated herself to guiding others to forgive and flourish, which is the name of her book. Mary Sue, over to you.
Thank you so much. Yes, years ago, I had a very traumatic experience. I was getting a divorce. I was seeing a counselor who informed me that I needed to forgive my soon-to-be ex, which I certainly did not want to do. But she told me if I didn't, I was only going to hurt myself. She handed me a copy of the Hawaiian prayer, the Ho'oponopono, and suggested that I read it anytime I was feeling angst, any anger, any discomfort. I didn't really want to take it, but I did. And when I got home, I had this overwhelming feeling of anger. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I started reading the prayer. And to my surprise, I just calmed down. It was like a glacier letting go of an ice sheet. Things just began to fall away. And I continued to use this practice over and over until there was no angst between my ex and I. My attitude towards him and towards divorce changed completely. There was no talking, no blaming, just reading this prayer. It was magical. And so I really want to share it with other people so that maybe you can have the same experience. I hear people talk about forgiveness. Well, how do you do that? Really, it's quite simple. Read this prayer. I have several different forms of the Ho'oponopono prayer, but if you go to my website, Forgive and Flourish, you'll find a copy of the prayer. And if you'd like to, you can sign up for a 15-minute free session with me, and I'll guide you through it. Anyway, it was a wonderful experience for me. I use it still to this day. My divorce was many years ago. I will say, not only did our friends remark on how well we worked together, but strangers that we met didn't realize that we had ever been married because there was no charge between us, which I took as a complete compliment. And it was really easy. Read the prayer. So if you're interested in the power of forgiveness, which you can forgive anything, a situation, a person, I'm using it daily now to forgive all kinds of things. But anyway, please reach out to me. I'd be glad to share my experience with you. And my book gives a step-by-step guide for people who are going through the loss of a relationship. It'll give you different techniques to use besides the prayer. But I highly recommend the prayer. Thank you all for your time.
Oh, thank you so much, Mary Sue. And I actually, in my fun shops, we actually do the Ho'oponopono prayer. And we have people walking around looking deeply into other people's eyes, a very personal, raw experience, but it just opens up hearts and allows people to embrace and to feel things that they haven't felt in years, that deep,
Right.
deep love and forgiveness. Thank you so
Mhm.
much for coming on and sharing your story with us.
Well, thank you for allowing me to. I appreciate it.
Okay. And now,
You know what's beautiful, Fif? We've
um,
been able to connect with people who, at the end of the day, all of them are impacting humanity in a very different way. And there's one thing that I have seen so far that connects everybody. I don't know if you know what it is.
well, I always think it's that light inside of you that shines out, and it's the joy. And David Hawkins actually puts joy at the top after enlightenment. It's enlightenment, then your vibration is joy, right? Ooh, as I peek over.
But you just said the key word, vibration. All of the people here are energy workers.
Ah,
All of them, everybody who's been in the stage and the people who are yet to come, all are energy workers in one way or another.
I guess you're right. I've never thought of myself or Hamish as an energy worker, but yeah, we
We
are.
are. Okay, so the next person in stage is gonna be.
All the way from Germany, my wonderful, wonderful Siri Prem. Siri, thank you so much. What time is it in Germany right now? You're on mute, my darling.
It's 7:30 in the evening, so a very good
Oh,
time for me.
okay. Okay. What time for
Yeah,
you?
usually I'm used to events which start US time in the evening, and this is always a little more difficult. But I mean, for everyone more in the East, it's the same. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Thank you very
wonderful.
much for having me. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for everyone who is here to show their books, and especially, of course, for you, Fifth. It's your big day, and thank you very much, Brenda Liz, for making this, yeah, possible together with Fifth. That's wonderful.
Well, let me share a little bit about you, right? So, Siri Prem, Andrea Siri Prem supports women who have finished people pleasing and playing small to reclaim their happiness and magic, and to lead a life of fulfillment and love. She helps women to reconnect with their true, authentic self and to live their potential through yoga, through breathwork, through meditation, through healing. And I love this 3-letter word, fun. So
Very important. Yeah. And it's like all of us, we have this in common, we all work with the energies and want to bring more joy into people's lives. Yes. No, for me, it's what drives me is from my own experience. I was, as a teenager and child, felt like an outsider. I felt very small. I was very depressed, and I thought there would never be happiness for me until later I found ways to discover that it's possible, like for everyone, that happiness is our birthright and happiness is our choice if we have the right tools to and the awareness, to create first the relationship with ourselves, the self-love. This is what we all need, and this is the basis for all our relationships, and so important. And you see, my book, that is a happy confident mom, because I used to be a single mom, still single mom, but and I know the stress that moms face as well in this world. And so I want to give them a few tips, like how to get from overwhelm to radiance. And I give very short, simple ways for them to implement into their day to make their lives easier. So yeah, this is what I love.
that's absolutely beautiful, because I think when we have mums that can feel the love and can feel more confident, we just naturally raise more confident kids, and that changes the vibration and the energy around the world. And I think I can see Brenda Lee is just saying to her daughter, and that's beautiful, and that's fine. So, Siri, thank you so much for taking the time to come over. And you didn't actually have to fly over. We can see you here, and
That's
I
great.
always love
Yes.
seeing you.
And if you'd like to get some tools, my book will be out next month my website will be up and with freebies and stuff. And until then, you can join my Facebook group. You can reach out to me on Facebook anyway. Just send me a DM. Yeah.
Beautiful. We've got those links. Brenda Lee and I have created everybody's links and a little bio down below. So thank you so much, Siri. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna tell you a story, a very quick story before we get to our last author, Will. As you guys were talking and all of that, there was chaos happening behind the scene. My husband just arrived, and the door of the house, of the garage to the house, was open, so the dog basically escaped. So there's all this chaos happening behind the scenes and all the screaming and all of that. So I'm glad you guys didn't hear that, but I was like a little bit, yeah. See, this is why I say it's going to be fun. We're going to have joy. We're going to get to know people, and it's going to be messy. So, yeah, life happens. So, with that said, do we have our last guest?
We do. And our last guest is Will Steele. And Will is really, I mean, everyone is one of my favorite people, but Will really is one of my favorite people. And especially because he has a beautiful little puppy named Bubbles. So I don't know if Bubbles is going to make an appearance, but Will has been coaching and leading programs for leaders and business owners and CEOs for 26 years. And he has coached over 90,000 people worldwide in 18 countries, or 26 countries in 18 different languages. And he is currently leading transformational programs in the Middle East and coaching business owners to grow their business. And oh my gosh, you get with Will and you are going to grow just like that. Take it away, Will.
Fif, thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on this and putting it all together, you and Brenda Delis. Yeah, I'm in the middle of writing my book. So I've led programs, transformational programs for 26 years, and worked with people one-on-one and in large groups. And I wanted to write a book for years, but when I looked at books, I read books. You could get tips, you could get tools, but it didn't transform you. You got some knowledge, or a tip, or a this, or a that, and it's all useful, but I was just dissatisfied. So I wanted to write a book, but it was a bit confronting because, like, I'm going to write this book and it's not going to do that. It's got to be able to do that. So when I was challenged to write a book earlier this year in the group that Fif and Brenda Lees and I are all in, we're all in a mastermind, and they said, we're going to write a book in a day. I said, yep, that's good. I've been wanting to write one, but I can't manage the time to write an hour every day and do this book thing. So I'll do it in a day. I'll clear my schedule and do that. And then I found out that the pre-work for the one-day event was to write the book in advance. And I found that out about 5 days before. So I was up till 3 a.m. writing this book, and I forced myself to do it. And people were publishing their book at that event. And I looked at my book and goes, no, it's not quite it yet. This isn't it. This isn't what I need it to be. So I rewrote the book after that event. And then I got it edited, and then I made all these corrections, and then I got it edited again, and then I rewrote it again. And now I'm going through a full edit, line by line, and it should be ready to be released in March or April. And it's called Free to Lead. It could be called Free to Live. It could be called Free to Love. It could be, because it's for anyone, the first part of the book. So when I wrote it, I realized first, before we get talking about leadership and who to be as a leader, first, you've got to get all the baggage out of the way, the stuff holding you back, the stuff that we think about ourselves. We don't tell anybody else, but secretly we don't believe we're that good, or we're not as good as people think we are, or, all this nonsense that goes on is all the stuff holding you back. So the book's called Free to Lead, and the subtitle is Shatter Your Limiting Beliefs. Achieve unstoppable, authentic leadership and business growth. And I've said for years that to transform a business, you need to transform first the business owner, because the business owner is the lid on that business, taking the steps they need to take, having the discipline to do what they know they need to do, being able to fire people when they need to fire people, to be able to, hold out until they got the right person to take the position they need to take. And all of these things, when you're a business owner, it is all on you. The whole world's on your shoulders. And most people up to about 7 figures, up to about 1 million, they're doing it all themselves. And that's okay, but it limits what's possible. You've got to be able to give it away. And that's a whole barrier for people to cross, to be able to give away the work. So you're working on the business, not in the business. And as you grow beyond that, at some point, you then got to create the teams around you and leaders of those teams, and you've got to be able to allow people to go and run with it. So all of that every piece of it takes giving up something that you don't realize you need to give up that's holding you back. So I'm very excited about this book, because if you really work through it, you discover things about yourself that you didn't know were limiting you. So, I could talk for 3.5 days, and I did that for 15 years, talking for 3.5 days with people. But I really want this book to be a book that people can read it, go back to it, then they move a bit further along in their journey and they go, oh, something's holding me back here, and go back to the book. Oh yeah, that's it. And what is it with me though? Because it's personal. I got to get back to the incident when I was 5 and I decided this, and I'm not loved, or I'm not wanted, or, I'm not like the others, whatever you've decided. And when you get to it and free yourself up from it, boom, another space opens up for you to express yourself and be yourself. So, many leaders, and particularly now I'm working in the Middle East, it's quite a male dominated environment. And so you've got women leaders there who typically end up leading like a man. Well, that's not really them, and they have this word out there called fitra. And fitra is this word I've just adopted. Business out there is called the Fitra Leadership Institute, because in Islam, fitra means the true nature God gave to you. So your true nature. But it's also more than that. the word fitra is, if you put a seed in soil, it'll grow into a perfect plant. It just knows to do that. That's fitra. You could take the same seed and put it in a different soil in a different environment. It'll grow into a perfect plant, but in harmony perfectly with the environment. That's also fitra. So imagine that you can lead in your fitra, whatever the environment. If you've got a woman leading fully as herself in her own feminine energy and her own feminineness, that's truly to her, she's way more powerful than she can ever think she could be, trying to be like what she thinks she ought to be. And I use that example because it's an easy example for people to get hold of. But consider we're all out there mimicking or thinking we should this or we should need to do it like that. And all that gets in the way of just being yourself, dealing with what there is to deal with. So thanks for the opportunity to kind of express that and share what the book's about. And it should be coming out in March, April, but it will be coming out when it's ready rather than trying to push it out. I want the book to be a book that lasts and really does impact people and empower people, whether they're leaders or not. You read that book, you'll get freed up in whatever aspect of life you're in. So thank you for the opportunity to express that and share in your journey. Fif's releasing her book, and it's about time. We need more laughter in the world. People are very significant and serious about their stuff, but you can break it down to, an upset 3-year-old decided that. I have been living my life inside a decision of an upset 3-year-old. That's just ridiculous. And when you can laugh at yourself, you're free.
Absolutely, Will. And you're absolutely right. It's important that you're not pushed to launch your book, or you're not pushed to make decisions that are not authentic to you. You need to find that alignment and the people around you who are your peeps that can support you. And how do we come together? So, Will, what an incredible story. I'm so glad that you are part of who I met 2 years ago. And we continue to journey on. And you're chiming in from the UK right now, yes? So you
Yes.
pop all over. Okay. And thank you, Will, so much for joining us. And I think now Will is our last speaker. I got something from Cindy. She wasn't able to come, but that's okay. We're here and we're together. So I want to thank everybody for being here with us today and joining us. And Brenda Lees, you will carry us out, will you?
Yes, I just want to invite everybody who has connected, who's made it this far, just leave us a little bit of love in the comments. We love and we love joy. So if I'm just thinking here out loud, if you could just write down in the comments one way you're celebrating joy as the last Friday of the year and heading into 2025. So it's a simple question. One way you're celebrating joy in your life as we're heading into 2025. It was, I think, this past Christmas Day that I sat with my family, and we've had a year full of challenges, but at the same time full of blessings. And it was beautiful to be able to sit and be grateful and celebrate our life as it is. So when we were able to tap into that energy of joy, it was so powerful. So I invite you to tap into that energy of joy as we head into the holidays. And remember, the links are in the comment section or in the description of the event. I'll be putting the link in Facebook soon after the event. And yeah, feel free to connect to all of these amazing authors. And share with us in the comments how you enjoyed the event. Now, I want to say a quick quote from Helen Keller before I hand it to Fif to close it with the punch of joy. So I would say, your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy and your joy, and you shall form an invisible host against difficulties. This is a Helen Keller quote that I love. So with that says, Fif, tell us, share your last words about what this event has meant to you and What do you want people to walk out of here thinking of?
Well, I would love people, I just opened the book to see what is it that I need to read from. And it's Cultivating Small Joys, the Beauty of Simple Moments. And this is a quote from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, who's very, very dear to my heart. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday. The other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live. And so let us live with joy and let us jumpstart 2025 with joy. And I think we have the link below to order the book and the books of everyone else if you choose and if it resonates with you. This is what it's about. It's about resonating and creating that vibration so that we become truly a world of human unity. Thank you all very much for joining us. And as Brenda Lee said, chat in the comments, reach out to us. We're here to support you just as you have supported us. So, namaste. Thank you.
And with that, Happy New Year's and Happy Holidays to
And
everybody.
thank you to everyone who presented today, all our authors that came on board. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.